Rolls it in, kicks off, and it's Xavi! Lifts it home for the goal!
But it's Messi, it's Iniesta! And the Chelsea fans cover their eyes.
Lewandowski to play this in, and Gavi is there to put Barcelona ahead.
Pedri trying to tee it up, and still Pedri! Magical!
Have Barcelona done a complete region with Pedri and Gavi? After many years of enjoying the academy talent from La Masia, Barcelona have done it again. La Masia has produced amazing talents, but today we're focusing on two of the best midfields in football history, Xavi and Iniesta. During these last few years, people have been saying that Barcelona has done a complete FIFA region with Xavi and Iniesta in signing Pedri from Las Palmas and calling up Gavi. Of course, due to their play styles, these two youngsters are compared every day to these legends, and in the past few months, they acquired the numbers of these legends as well, proving they could be an actual real-life region of them. But how truly comparable are these two golden boys to the World Cup winning midfield duo? Pedri came to Barcelona in July 2020 and started to make his impact by earning his first start on October. He has always been praised since the start of his young Barcelona career due to his great maturity on the ball and linking at such an early age with Lionel Messi. Years later, he is a Golden Boy award winner, pulling apart midfielders in La Liga and in the international stage. Now on to Gavi. Gavi is the classic La Masia player. He got called up to the first team in 2021 and has since been a crucial 12th man until he cracked into the starting 11 this year. His key aggressiveness and mindset of fighting for the badge has got him where he is now, and it's not looking as if he will slow down. Now, going back to the question, how truly comparable they are to Xavi and Iniesta, let's see. I'm going to be dividing them on how they played most, being Pedri and Iniesta and Gavi and Xavi. Grabbing data from FBref, I wanted to compare a few stats such as goals plus assists, assists per 90, and minutes played. I decided to choose these three categories because there wasn't until the available stats for expected goals and assists and the progressive carries, progressive passes into the final third up until the 2017 season. When going through Andres Iniesta's early seasons, I chose his 2004-2005 season to compare with Pedri's 2020 and 2021 season. Why this season? It was the first season both players played over the 30 mark, and both had a great impact. Iniesta was 20 years old while Pedri was 17. Of course, it's difficult to compare a teenager to a just turned 20-year-old with 3 years of experience, but of course, these are outliers that are necessarily ignored to potentially have a comparison. Iniesta played 37 games during that 2004-2005 season, while Pedri also played 37 games, but the difference between these two seasons was the minutes played and the amount of starts. Iniesta only played 1,657 minutes, only having started 12 of those 37 matches, while Pedri played 2,415 minutes, starting 28 of the 37 matches. Even though Pedri played for much longer, their goals plus assists were not that different, having only scored 3 goals and assisted 3, while Iniesta had scored 2 and assisted 2. Interestingly enough, when comparing both assists per 90, both had a 0.11. Now on to Xavi and Gavi. I chose Xavi's 2001 and 2002 season and Gavi's 2021-2022 season, 20 years apart. Xavi was 21 years old, which is severely older than Gavi, who had 16 starting that season. Again, mega outlier, but when comparing their stats, it's truly incredible how similar they are. Having played 35 matches in his 5th season, Xavi totaled 2,740 minutes, the first time he had reached the 2,000 mark in minutes, having 31 starts in that span. On the other side, we have Gavi, who only in his first year with the team played 34 matches, playing over 2,300 minutes and having started in 28 of those 34 matches. His goal contributions also didn't disappoint, as he had 2 goals and 5 assists, which was close to Xavi's contributions with 4 goals and 4 assists. Xavi had an assist per 90 of 0.13, while Gavi had 0.19, which is worth noting at such a young age. Both Pedri and Gavi have had the mixed blessing to start their young careers with such responsibility, while Xavi and Iniesta had their 2 to 3 years to settle into the stardom of that Barcelona squad. Of course, these are different times. Xavi and Iniesta had to compete with the likes of Deco and Pep Guardiola, while Pedri and Gavi are the core of an upcoming young Barcelona squad ready to fight for titles in the upcoming years. Another piece of data I wanted to compare was the heat maps of these players during their certain games. Since there wasn't much data before the 2010s, I decided to use the data given by FIFA themselves of Xavi and Iniesta's performance in the 2010 World Cup final. I wanted to compare the heat map and attacking on the final third with what Pedri and Gavi have done in their young careers at the club. Of course, it's not completely accurate to compare a La Liga performance to a World Cup final performance, but it can put into perspective how similar their playing styles and approach to the game are. When comparing heat maps, there isn't much you can analyze but their overall usage in each part of the field. Gavi and Pedri's heat maps are very defense to attack into the final third usage, while Xavi and Iniesta's was more to dictate the midfield. Of course, as previously said, the heat maps of Xavi and Iniesta is on a game where they wanted to control the rhythm, since it was to play for a title, while Gavi and Pedri's is just their La Liga performances. When going into the final third, Xavi and Iniesta didn't do it as much often as Pedri and Gavi do. Xavi in the final only delivered or ran into the attacking third during the second half and extra time, when there was urgency. Iniesta didn't do it as much as Xavi in that second half, but he did get the World Cup winning goal.
Broken for Fabregas. Now it's Iniesta. This is it. That's the goal. Spain.
Pedri and Gavi have a long way to go, as they are just teenagers living their dream to fight for the badge they love. And yes, you can compare them to the legends in Xavi and Iniesta. But these early performances and accolades at such an early stage in their career is indeed a good sign for the future of these golden boys, where instead of being compared to the next Xavi and Iniesta, they'll be labeled as the new Pedri and Gavi, the next upcoming Spanish duo that will try to conquer Europe and the international stage. Their future is at their feet.